Hello, I'm Mary Atkinson and this is Emmanuel, and I want to talk to you today about the Story Massage programme as part of the FHT Stay at Home CPD series. I'm going to talk about the programme. I'm going to show you a few of the moves which we do and demonstrate a few stories. I'm going to tell you about the benefits and the applications of the Story Massage programme, and then right at the end I'll tell you a little bit about the resources that we have and the FHT accredited training programme. So I'm very proud to be a fellow of the FHT and to run FHT accredited courses. So today it's going to be about the Story Massage programme. So if anyone asks you what is a Story Massage programme, and then you'll have an idea. It's a programme of 10 positive touch strokes, and those strokes are used to illustrate the words of a story. It's now being used for all ages and all abilities, from baby massage groups through schools, special schools, to care homes for people with dementia. It's a fully inclusive programme, so everybody can access it and everybody can enjoy it. To begin with, I'm just going to show you what Story Massage is, and then you'll have a bit more of an idea. And I'm going to be demonstrating on Emmanuel, as I said, because at the moment there's nobody really at home that I can demonstrate on. So I'll be demonstrating on Emmanuel. And Emmanuel and I have actually been doing Facebook Lives on our Facebook page, Story Massage Programme. So if you're interested, you could follow along with that, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 o'clock. I'm going to be massaging Emmanuel's back today because that's a nice big area for you to see and for you to start to understand what the programme's all about. But you could be massaging Emmanuel's tummy or his foot or hand, wherever is accessible and wherever is appropriate for the person that you're going to be working with. It's a very respectful programme, so everything is appropriate for the person that you're working with. It's used in a lot of special schools for children who, you can't access their back. Maybe they're in wheelchairs, or for young adults with learning disabilities. Many of them kind of like to have their tummy massaged or their hand massaged at other areas. So the first thing I'm going to do before I give Emmanuel a massage, a story massage, is to ask permission. Really, really, really central to the Story Massage programme is asking permission before you touch, and then saying afterwards, thank you for letting me give you a massage. We've had many schools who say this has been really central to their teaching of gaining consent and the understanding of the need to gain consent, which is such an important issue these days. So I'm going to ask permission. If Emmanuel says that he doesn't want to have a massage, then that's absolutely fine. We would perhaps encourage children to maybe massage themselves to begin with, or to do the strokes in the air, or to do the strokes maybe in a sand tray or on the ground, so that they can actually see what's happening. But if they don't want to be touched, then they don't. Nothing is forced upon them, and that's very central to the programme. So I'm just going to begin by demonstrating a little nursery rhyme, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, which uses, I think it's 4 of our massage strokes. So you can see what's happening and see how the strokes are used to illustrate the words of Twinkle Twinkle. So, Emmanuel, please may I give you a massage? And Emmanuel's saying that yes, today he would love to have a massage. So I'm just going to turn him round so that we've got a nice big space so that you can see what I'm doing on his back and you can see the strokes. There we go. So, twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. So you could see that when I was doing this stroke that's called the circle, we were illustrating the world. And this stroke, which we call the fan, like a diamond in the sky. So thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you for letting me give you a massage. So there's 10 very specific strokes in the story massage program. Each of those strokes has a name, it has an action, and it has a symbol that goes with it. This is our book that you can see. So you can see how each of those, there's a symbols, and those symbols are used to make it like a universal language, if you like, that everybody can talk about. Let's put the squeeze there, or the bounce there, and it's very, very easy then to share. So story massage is done through clothes, and no oil is used. So making it which makes it so accessible that you can do it wherever and whenever feels safe and feels appropriate. Many people might do it at bedtime for their children, or in school golden time. Or we've even had photographs of people using it on holiday in caravans, or children giving each other a little massage, a story massage in the back of the car when they were bored. On school trips it's been used, even queuing outside a supermarket. Obviously not now, not during the coronavirus time, but after, when it is appropriate to be doing this. So, story massage, I'm co-creator of the story massage program. We started it in 2012, and that followed my trip I've been working with the children who'd been affected by the tsunami in Japan. And I went out to Japan to work with the children, work in the kindergartens and work in the nursery schools, to try and encourage the children to reach out to themselves to help gain some way of getting through their trauma. And so I took a story massage out with me, which I will be demonstrating in a little while. And it was so successful that I came home from Japan and thought, really must be doing something with this. So with the help of bereavement counsellors, with the help of teachers, my 2 kids are teachers, with the help of social workers, with the help of many of my colleagues and friends, I got together with my partner Sandra Hooper, and we created the story massage program. Little did we know at the time how successful it would be. At first I thought it would be just used by parents at home, but it's been used by so many different people in so many different situations because it is so accessible. So for therapists who are taking our training and use the story massage program, they'll be using it in many, many different ways. Obviously things will be depending on your insurance for how you're going to be using it. But many people will be working maybe one-to-one with a child or a family, and sharing the story massage program perhaps to help them to overcome a problem that they might be having, to prepare them for a specific event that might be going on. Because you have this mixture of positive, nurturing touch strokes with the words of the story or a poem or a song. And this really, really brings the poem or the song or the story to life. So it's very often used for social stories, for preparing children for events that might be happening, for helping them to get to sleep at night, for helping them to feel safe and to feel secure. In this present situation, we've been doing quite a lot of stories about feeling safe around the coronavirus, and they've been very, very successful in helping children to understand what's going on in this worrying time. So they might also, many people will be trained to be running baby massage groups. And so story massage is a fantastic addition to baby massage groups, to infant massage groups. Many parents will say, I've had this lovely, lovely time in the baby massage group, but now I don't know what to do. What do I do with my child? So then from the age of we can use it with babies, but as toddlers move on, 2, 3, 4, then story massage can be just such a lovely thing to be doing with them. Then some people may be trained to be working in schools and take it into school situation. We have many people who are actually teachers, teaching assistants, occupational therapists, physiotherapists, and they train to be using this within a school situation. So within a school situation, it would be peer massage. So the children would be massaging each other. And this can be really, really helpful for building positive relationships with the children. It's also used for teaching educational things. So we have a story, say, about walking on the moon, or a story about the Great Fire of London. And so you can actually get facts across. And in this current situation, quite a few schools have been using this for homeschooling as well. But it's fantastic for building relationships between children, because what happens is when you give somebody a gentle massage, as many of you already know, the hormone oxytocin is released. And this hormone is a hormone of bonding, of connection, of trust. And so when two people are connecting with each other through this massage, then the hormone is released in the person who's giving the massage as well as the person who's receiving the massage. And so this oxytocin builds this trust. And many of the schools say that it has been part of anti-bullying campaigns and anti-bullying weeks, and they've really seen a difference in how the children have been relating to each other after they've shared story massage. So then it's also used for teenagers. It's used for many, many, many special schools. So for children who have profound and multiple learning difficulties, it's a fantastic way of talking to them, of sharing experiences with them. And many people will say that it's helped with eye contact. It's helped with communication. They'll be smiling. They'll be anticipating what is coming next, what's happening next. So many therapists who are working with children with additional needs, with young adults with additional needs, it's a fantastic thing for them to do to add to their toolbox. Also used in care homes, if you're working in care homes for people with dementia. We've had a lot of stories of people who have remembered things because they felt it in their body through the story. Maybe a story about how they used to walk on a beach, or a story of where they used to work, or talking about family members. It brings a real sense of connection and of comfort at times when you can feel very, very anxious. So I'm going to do actually 2 more stories just to show you. So the one story that I'm going to do is Walking on the Moon, which is an educational story. So you'll start to see how this could work in terms of schooling, of working in a school. So I'm going to ask permission. So Emmanuel, is it okay if I give you a story massage? So these are ones that perhaps you could look at later and follow along at home. You may well be not working at the moment, obviously, but have family at home. So why don't you try experimenting with some of these moves with anybody that you have at home, whether that's a partner, whether it's or a child, or even a dog or a pet. They can absolutely love to have these strokes. So the moon is high up in the sky. The moon circles in a circle called an orbit. People have looked up to the moon and wondered about it for thousands of years. And then in July 1969, 2 astronauts walked on the surface of the moon for the very first time. The moon has no atmosphere, so the astronauts weighed much less than on Earth. They could jump up very high in the air. The moon has no weather, so there's no wind on the moon, and there's no rain on the moon. This means that the footprints of Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin will remain for millions of years to come. So thank you, Emmanuel, thank you for letting me give you a massage. So as I've said, Story Massage is a programme of 10 very specific strokes, and those strokes are used to illustrate the words of a story, of a poem, of a song. And it's accessible for people of all ages and all abilities, from babies who can be working in baby massage groups or story massage groups. And it's been used also for intergenerational, which is lovely. We've got some beautiful photographs of a grandmother massaging a mother who's massaging a baby in a session that took place in a local library. So the next story that I'm going to do, just to show you again, because the more you see about story massage, the more you'll understand it, and the more you'll start to think, oh, yes, I could use that with my brownie group. I could use that in so many different ways. So this is the story that I wrote for the children in Japan, and it's a story about the healing power of nature. And I will be showing you the strokes. So it was written very, very specifically for these children. I must say, it may be that you are not a very wishing to be creative, you're not wishing to write your own stories, but any story could be used. So we've adapted the Gruffalo, Dear Zoo, the beautiful song of What a Wonderful World, Over the Rainbow, we've been doing recently. So any story that the child or the young adult or the elderly person or whoever it is that you're working with, the baby, particularly enjoys, that can be adapted as a story massage. We have stickers to help you adapt them to write your own stories. We have wall charts. We have lots and lots of resources to help you to really make a go of this. So the next story is about the healing power of nature, and it's a story that I wrote to take out to Japan. You'll notice that it's got quite a lot of weather things in it. Now, I was at one point going to add the snow into it, but then I was told by the social worker that it snowed on the night of the tsunami and that would be scary. So when we're creating these stories, we're writing them very specifically to bring comfort or to really help the people that we're working with. So Emmanuel, is it okay if I give you a story massage? And Emmanuel's saying that yes, today, that would be great. So this is the third story I'm going to do, and this is called The Smiling Flowers. And if you'd like a copy of these stories, then please do be in touch with me through the website www.storymassage.co.uk or info@storymassage.co.uk. Okie dokie, so Emmanuel's agreed that it's okay. I'm massaging Emmanuel's back, but as I've said before, we could be massaging any part of the body that is accessible and appropriate for the person that you're going to be working with. The round, round sun rises in the sky, and the flowers grow 1, 2, 3. But one little flower is very tired. So the sun brings rays of light and hope. And the wind sings songs of courage. And the gentle rain sprinkles the little flower with strength. At night, the moon watches over the little flower. And the stars twinkle brightly in the darkness. So the little flower can sleep very, very peacefully. Slowly, the little flower grows taller and taller. And the little flower grows stronger and stronger. Its buds burst into bright colours. It grows and grows in a field full of beautiful, beautifully scented flowers. And if you stop and you look very, very carefully, you can see that all the flowers are smiling. All the flowers are smiling. Look at their smiley faces. So smile and be happy today. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you very much. Thank you for letting me give you a story massage. That was great. So hopefully you've got a little bit of more of an idea about what the story massage program is, how it can be used, and some of the benefits. We do have a book, which I've mentioned, which is available from our website, which has quite a lot of different stories in it. And we have a face-to-face FHT accredited course, one-day course, but we also now, well, we've been doing it for 2 or 3 years, we have an FHT approved online course, which you can access. So if you are looking for a skill to be learning through this time at home, then we do have an FHT approved online course. And if you would like to know more about what we do, then we do have the website. And I regularly write a blog about the ways in which it's being used. For example, more recently actually, you may have read it in the FHT International Therapist magazine about how it's being used in a children's hospice. One of the award-winning therapists was mentioning how much she uses it to get the families to connect and to talk about bereavement. So whatever area it is, whatever area of specialism you have or area of interest, then we find that the Story Massage programme can be really helpful and used within that way. So I hope that's given you a little bit of an idea about what Story Massage is. I'll be writing a few CPD questions for you to answer. But anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed this and that you've learned something from it. Thank you.